Hello everybody, welcome back to another Dark and Darker video. Today I'm going to be doing a Inferno run as Bard, and I'm also going to be commenting on the new patch notes. So this is a run from before the patch, and I'm currently recording this as the patch is being implemented, but we have the patch notes now, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple of the ones out that I think are really important. So, first off, Ranger got nerfed, and the triple shot has been nerfed especially. It is 10 seconds slower that it comes back now, and also it's saying that the amount of arrows that comes out of it depends on the bow. So I would imagine longbow is probably 2 arrows now, recurve's probably 3, and survival bow is probably 4, which would both be a buff to the survival bow and a nerf to the longbow, as well as a overall nerf to triple shot because it's much slower now. They also buffed a couple of the other ranger active abilities, and so maybe some of those are more worthwhile to use now. Another thing they have done is they have completed the Warlock class. It looks like they have added a ton of new spells and a couple of new perks, and I hope they've actually fixed the other perks from before and those actually work, because Warlock had a bunch of perks that just weren't working or they had no usage. So hopefully those are working now. Another big change here is that most armor has been updated and gives additional bonuses in addition to just armor rating. It seems like they're buffing all the armor across the board, and some of the armors are going to have special attributes as well now. We don't know what those are going to be. Maybe some give you extra move speed, and maybe some give you a little bit extra reduction to certain types of attacks, like maybe robes are a little bit more reduction to magic damage instead. Who knows? We'll have to see. They have also once again nerfed Wizard. Fireball just got a 5 damage nerf on the AoE and on the direct hit, so Fireball is quite a bit worse now. That is a huge nerf, actually. And everyone else seems to love Fireball, although Fireball has never really been my favorite spell. I really like Zap for killing people, although I know it is extremely good, and it has been extremely good for a while. They've also nerfed Hunting Traps to deal only 1 damage per second at all rarities. And then there's another line item here that they really don't give us enough info on without seeing the game. All weapon damage has been rebalanced. Okay, does that mean all weapons are also nerfed across the board along with all armor being buffed? Because if that's so, then the game is going to be way, way slower. If so, I would actually like that. That'd be good. Lockpick drop rate has been increased. Wow, that's really good. We've been asking for that one for a while. It really felt like anytime you went over to a locked chest that there was just really no point opening it, because a lockpick could be worth 50 gold on its own. So it'd pretty much have to be a gold chest to be worth opening. And there were locked ornate chests as well, and locked lion heads. It really just seemed like there needed to be more lockpicks. Another line item note here is a portal has been added to the outskirts of ruins. What does that mean? Does that mean it gives us down to a 2nd level? Does that get us into high roller for free? We really don't know yet. Or maybe they implemented a 2nd level to the ruins map. They have also added the Ruins Golem sub-boss, so there should be a boss in Ruins now, and it should be of similar difficulty to the Cave Troll. We've been hearing about this for a while now with some leaks, so it should be similar difficulty. We'll have to see how that works out. And then they've also added 4 new artifacts, and these are the Echo Screams, Soul Reaper, Death Bloom, and Stinky Stick. Now, you might think that those are the unique weapons, but I actually think those are not the unique weapons they're referring to. Those might be for something else entirely. We'll see, I might be wrong, but I think those are something else. They've increased the high roller map size from 4x4 to a 5x5 size, and it doesn't seem like they've changed the amount of people on that map at all, which I think is really good, because high roller PvP, I know there were those PvP streamers that really wanted a lot of PvP, and wow, I just ducked straight into a crossbow headshot there in the clip, so geez, mega fail on my part. Those who like PvP, they really disliked it when they decreased the amount of players in the map, but I think that needed to happen because the PvP would happen in almost 30 seconds on that map every single time, and you would either win the fight immediately and go on to wipe the whole map, or you would get beaten up immediately, and it made High Roller incredibly unfun to play. I think there should be some balance between people who are just there to farm PvE and who might have good loot for the PvP guys if they can find them, and a balance of, okay, the PvE guys can actually get away from the PvP guys. This might actually be good for PvP for them. They've also added different map variations for Goblin Caves, which I think is going to make that map a lot harder for new players. And there seems to be this thought that Goblin Caves is supposed to be the easy map, and that never seemed to be the original intended clause when they added it. It seemed like they were going to make it harder, and then you could play solo if you wanted to, and the PvP would be a little bit easier, but the map itself was going to be harder. That's why the goblins have poison and all sorts of other stuff that do a lot more damage than the enemies in the crypts. Another big change here is the merchants have been updated to sell a much larger amount and variety of items. This has been a repeat thing that people have been asking for, that the merchants would carry at least, you know, like a gray spellbook at all times, things like that. But now that is going to be a thing. They are going to be carrying stuff all the time, as far as I can tell. And they probably also have some more purple, some more blue items. And so there's probably going to be a bit more there. It doesn't seem like they've implemented a leveling system yet. They don't say anything to that tune. They have also reworked Bard to make the class more gear and attribute dependent. Now, once again, haven't been able to play the game yet, but there's been a couple of requests from the community here as to how that would look. As in, okay, 2 spell capacity needing some gear. Maybe you need some actual knowledge items on now to carry 2 songs worth. It really seemed like last wipe, they were just testing out Bard and testing out all the abilities at the same time so they could tell which ones they needed to nerf and which ones they needed to buff faster. And I would bet Bard is actually pretty balanced now. People seem to think that Bard was balanced before, after they nerfed the healing and the one that gave you spells back. He absolutely wasn't. Bard was absolutely still busted in the highest level of play because he just had way too much utility in way too many situations, and his damage is not bad. And in the clip here, I am just hiding in invis because there are players next to me and just waiting for 320. 320 is when the red portal spawn. Okay, let's go into another big change. This is actually probably going to be my favorite. They have added a coin bag that holds up to 500 gold coins that you have to craft at the leathersmith. So this won't be the easiest thing ever to get, but it holds up to 500 coins. And there is now a coin chest that holds up to 3,000 gold coins that can be found in treasure hoards. And this is exactly like Escape from Tarkov. There's a money container in that game. And I don't think you find it in treasure hoards in that game, but you do find it in these rooms that are behind these very expensive keys and are very hard to get to. And it seems like we'll be going in that direction where you buy containers for these things and shove them in those containers. They have also added an extra Dark Swarm phase, so players don't need to traverse as much distance at once. Now, what that says to me is their weapon rebalancing probably is them nerfing the weapons along, and they have slowed down maps to accompany that. And I think if that is the case, great job. We needed a little bit of a slowdown in terms of PvP and to make it so that it wasn't as worthwhile to attack people anymore, because it was a little too PvP focused, not focused enough on PvE. Like in Tarkov, you really don't want to get in PvP unless you're a super top tier player, because it would hurt you way too much. And it made you pick your battles a lot more and really increase the skill cap of the game. Now, here in the background clip, I'm going to the Inferno solo as Bard, and I'm watching out for that Hellhound behind me, and I'm just going to kill these guys real quick. And I don't know if I've said this one yet, but torches and lanterns give a slight movement speed advantage rather than a penalty. This is a huge point in the right direction for this game. If everything slows you down, there's a whole bunch of items that will not be worthwhile. Even if these lanterns only give you 1 movement speed extra, that will be used and abused by the player base, and I think it should be, honestly. And I discovered a new cheesing spot as far as I know here for this demon dog, where you can get it stuck behind this torch here, and you can just hit it with a bow from back here. So that is a cheese method for you guys. And I'm just using a survival bow here in this clip, and, you know, we kill the demon dog in the background. But a survival bow does not do much damage, and it's what Bard has access to. Yeah, I really think with the torches giving you extra movement speed, though, and lanterns giving you extra movement speed, it's going to be a lot easier to see those people, but probably only your mega juicer people who are good at the game will be doing that. I think the rest of your people are going to find that there is some aspect of stealth that they really like, and that is really beneficial to them. And right here, I am trying to attack this gargoyle, this demon bat here, and just really mess it up. That way I can go over there and farm the centaur on the cheese spot. And this is what I'd recommend you guys do as well, is just go ahead, kill this thing out of the middle if you've got a bow. These things are really easy when they're all on their own. It just impedes you from attacking the centaur because then it's two things on you at once. But I accidentally get a spear one on me here, and the spear ones are a pain to dodge, especially while you have two enemies on you at once. And I get hit by the demon bat here, and I'm just trying to kill that thing, so I'm only attacking one enemy at once. They have also added a equipment slot filter to the trading post, which people have been asking for forever and would be so nice for trading. I think if they add more of these filters, that'd be great. I would also like a trade chat that includes all of the other trade chats so that I can go ahead and look in there and then say, maybe I'm looking for magical damage boots. Okay, well, basically all the boots can be worn by all the characters, so I want to look for magical damage boots out of all the chats. Could we get something like that? That'd be really nice. And I heal up here, and the zone's coming in, so I'm deciding not to attack the centaur here. I do want to loot this lion's head chest down here. It is locked, so I'm going to go ahead and Unchained Harmony it. This is the big upside of Bard, and why I was really liking Bard right before the wipe came around, because he's really good for loot goblining, and what I do is I play solo to loot goblin for a bit and get my money up. And then usually what I do is I trade that money over to my wizard. Wizard I've been playing for PvP mostly lately, and the sets are really expensive, so I trade that money over and I go ahead and use it on wizard for PvP. And we can see in the chat up here in this footage that 2 players have died to the Lich, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm right next to the Lich room. Let's go ahead and go in there and claim those guys' loot, because if they died right next to the door anywhere, they should be free, but it probably is a full 3-man, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe I have to kill him. Which shouldn't be too hard if both of his buddies are dead already. Let's go ahead and go inside here. They've also changed gold chests into marvelous chests, which I think is weird. I don't know what that actually means. We'll have to see. It is a warlock in here trying to kill the Lich, and I decided, let's kill the Lich. I'll help you out, buddy. And you can see here for a good 20 seconds, I'm helping out and attacking this boss. But this guy doesn't see this, and this guy is leader of Timmy's squad, and it seems to me that he probably traded over some stuff for himself, and this is a lower than level 15 lobby. And he comes back around in a little bit to attack me. He is the leader of Timmy's squad 6. Now, if you guys didn't know, when players die to the Lich, he actually claims their soul. I don't know if he can claim 2 souls at once, but that gives him a shield that seems to give him about 500 extra health. And so, on top of being a player down, the Lich will get 500 extra health, and it becomes very difficult to kill him. But I'm thinking at this point, because I don't see a shield on him, and they were attacking him for quite a while there, that I could kill it myself. But this guy comes in and tries to attack me, and has no idea how to play Warlock. Once again, he is the leader of Timmy Squad 6. Don't have much else to say for him there. And sure, he's well within his rights to attack me here, but I just don't see why he would. And then he misses every shot on me, and I hit 3 survival bow arrows on him here. And I'm just a bard. I am a solo bard. I'm not particularly all that much of a threat. And I had already shown for a good 20 seconds there that I was attacking the boss. But this guy has no peripheral vision, and he was full tunnel visioned on the boss, so he was not understanding his situation here. Now, I don't think I've talked about this one yet. The value range of most random modifiers has been rebalanced. I don't think most people actually understand how huge that is. I'm hoping that they rebalance the percentage ones to be higher, or they just removed the plus ones entirely because they were a bit too high. And I died to the axeman there. If you're on flat ground, you can just circle around them to the right and go quickly there, but I was trying to jump over him so I could go beat this guy up because he tried to attack me. But we're going to see what happens to him. And yeah, this gear really looks like he traded it over to himself. Maybe he got it on his own, but I kind of doubt it. This really seems like some Timmy Squad 6 stuff. And yeah, he dies to the PvE here. He really has no reason why he died to that PvP. He was on full health. He was on Warlock. He could have healed up off of them. He was just completely panicking. Okay, guys, let me know what you think of these patch notes and what you guys think is going to happen with all of this. And make certain to subscribe for more. I'm going to be putting out a lot of videos based around this patch and try and keep you guys in the loop with all I learn.